हेलो एवरीवन, हाउ आर यू? सो आई होप आप सब एक्साइटेड होंगे आज के एनालिसिस के लिए। बट मेरा सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन आप सबसे ये है कि हाउ डिड बाय विजिट टूर्नामेंट 3.0 वेंट फॉर यू, मतलब आप सबके लिए कैसा गया। और आप सबको जो भी डाउट्स होंगे, क्वेश्चंस होंगे, आई वुड ट्राई माई बेस्ट टू हेल्प यू आउट. So guys, the comment section is open for you. Whatever doubts and queries you have, आप वहाँ लिख सकते हैं और उनको मैं क्लियर कर दूँगी. तो सबसे पहले मेरा क्वेश्चन, हाउ वॉज इट एंड डिड यू लाइक इट, डिड यू एन्जॉय इट, मतलब आपको कैसा लगा, कैसा था. सो आई वुड बी चेकिंग आउट द मैसेजेस मीनवाइल कि आप सब क्या बोल रहे हो. ओके, सो लेट्स ओके, so Crazy Dunya is saying that he got 290 marks. That's great, Crazy Dunya, that you got 290 out of 300. That's awesome. Okay, there are two quiz questions which are wrong. Don't worry, we will discuss that. Okay, if you guys think that there are some wrong questions, we would discuss it. No issues in that. And okay, we would be discussing it. Okay, so no issues, we would be discussing it while. Okay, yes, we would discuss the code from the start, no worries. But first we would go with the quiz. Okay, first we would go with the quiz questions, and after the quiz questions we would solve the two coding questions. Okay, yes, this time the coding questions were a little tough, right? One was that invalid parenthesis, and the second one was, that sky value one. Yeah, it was tough. Yeah, the contest would come back. Okay, it is not that this is the end. Again, Biwizard tournament would be held, so no issues in that. Good evening, Gaurav. Okay, so let's start, and first we would discuss the quiz questions, and after the quiz questions we would move to the coding questions. Okay, so first let's see how did it go. See, the entire contest is divided into two parts, the quiz part and the coding part. Now the quiz part holds 100 marks. Okay, it is of 100 marks, while the coding part has two questions. Okay, and each question is of 100 marks. Okay, because it has two questions, so each question is of 100 marks, while the quiz, which has 100 in total, has 20 questions. That means every question is of 5 marks. Okay, so in quiz every question is of 5 marks, while in coding every question is of 100 marks. Okay, so first we would see the 20 question of the quiz. You can tell because I think someone just replied that there is some issue in the questions, so we would see that as well, and we would discuss that. First we would do the quiz, and I know the coding questions were a little tough, but we would understand them also. So let's start. Meanwhile, whatever doubts you have, you can write them for me in the comment section. So let's move forward. Let's go with the quiz questions. Okay, so first let's check out the leaderboard. See, this is the leaderboard, but this is not fixed. Like that after 10 days a proper leaderboard is released, right? So today is 26th March. After 10 days a proper leaderboard would be released. Okay, so if you guys have the query that when the proper leaderboard would be visible, it would be visible after 10 days, because within those 10 days the verification process is done. Okay, so you guys have some queries, and we do the verification of the students, the participants. After all that procedure, within 10 days you would get a proper leaderboard. Okay, so Abhinav has a question that is there a Biwizard? See, Biwizard tournament would be held, there is no issues, but we would be the date is not decided. Okay, like when the next one would be held, so I cannot say when exactly the next one would be conducted, but very soon Biwizard tournament would be conducted. Okay, so now this is the present leaderboard, but this is not finalized. It would be refreshed. Now let's move with the quiz questions. Okay, the quiz answers are wrong. No worries, Mayank. Like I discussed, which question you think that the answer is wrong, you guys can tell me, and I would mark it up for the team. And wherever you think that the answer is wrong, you can tell me. I would discuss it with the team, and accordingly everything would be sorted out. So see, this is the first quiz question. Let's see what it is. Inserting an item into a stack when the stack is not full is called operation, and deletion of an item from the stack when the stack is not empty is called dash operation. Okay, so basically we have a stack. Okay, we have a stack. First is when we are inserting elements in a stack when it is not full. Not full means it has space. Okay, we still have space to enter more elements. So this operation is when we are entering something in a stack, this is known as push. And when we are removing something from a stack, that is known as pop. Okay, so this is push and pop, and according to this concept, option number A, push and pop, is correct. So for this question, option number A is correct. So if you guys have any doubt in this question, you can write it. Okay. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so push and pop, submit. Next. Okay, now the next question is the worst case occur in linear search algorithm when? When does the worst case occur in linear search? Okay, basically linear search means that you have a list of elements like 1, 3, 7, 8 and 9, and you need to search for example the 9th element. So what would happen in linear search, you would start from the first element and you would keep on traversing the list one by one. Okay, so you start from the first element and you keep on increasing the index values, and like this you search the element. Okay, now see what happens when the element that you're trying to search is in the last column, or when it is not present. See, if it is in the last column, you still need to traverse the entire list. Other than traversing the entire list, even if the element is not present, you still need to traverse the entire list. So this is the worst case, when you need to traverse the entire list or the element is placed in the end. Okay, so this is the worst case for linear search. So according to this, option number D is correct, that we need to go till the end, or the option that we are looking for is not present. So that is option number D. And guys, whenever you find the question where you are telling me that there is some error, you can tell me so that I can mark it out. Okay. Okay, so when did you I think Circuit Overtime has a question that he submitted his coding question, but it is saying that it was submitted. Okay, so when did you submit the question? I think there might be some technical issue, but most probably it would be updated. Like I told you, right now it is not finalized. Once very soon it would be finalized. Maybe it could be some technical issue. Okay, so let's move forward to the next question. Okay, next. Now the next question is, within a switch statement, you can use switch statement, switch case. What can you use and what you cannot use? So for this, break could be used, but you cannot use continue. Okay, you can use break, but you cannot use continue. If you guys have any doubt, you can ask it. Okay, Pratham, did you submit it? Whenever you answer a question, there is save and go to next. Maybe that question was not saved. Did you save the question? So because so you need to save the questions. Let's move forward. Okay. Okay, now the next question is, which operator is used to invert all the digits in a binary representation of a number? For this, option number A is correct. Okay, option number A is correct for this. So let's move forward to the next question. Now the next question is, the default parameter passing mechanism is? Okay. Which question are you asking, Krishna? Okay, A part. Okay, 1 minute. What are the next questions? 1 minute. just checking all the messages, you know. Some messages just went up, so I'm checking what is the... Okay, so you have a doubt in question number 3. So the question number 3 is, within a switch statement, you can use break but not continue, okay? So let's take an example for the switch case and then we can discuss this. 1 minute. See, when you are making switch cases, you have different cases, right? For example, I am doing for maybe, you know, like I am doing for searching a day in the week, okay? Like my question is, find the day Wednesday, okay? Find the day Wednesday. So what you would do, you would make switch cases. Like you would make if, for example, A is equal to Monday, okay? A is equal to Monday, or maybe we can say if day is equal to Monday. You would make cases like this, right? You would make for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because in total we have 7 days. Let's do it in a better manner. If the value of D is equal to 1, that means you can print Monday, okay? And then you need to break. Now what I mean by break over here is basically what happens in break is, whenever you come across break, that means you have executed this, okay? That means you have executed this code, right? Let's say I need to search for D value equal to 2, okay? I need to search for D value equal to 2, else if D equal to 2, then I need to print Tuesday and I need to break. So why do I use break statement over here and not continue? See, I need to search for 2. Whenever the value is 2, I can proceed forward. So first I would come over this if condition. In this if condition, I would check if D is equal to 1. No, I am searching for 2. So this is wrong. So because this is wrong, I would not even go inside the code and I would directly come to the next statement. Else if the D value is 2. See, this is the condition that I am checking for. That means this is correct. Because this is correct, I would enter here. Now once I enter here, I am seeing that I need to print Tuesday. So I would directly go and print Tuesday. Now why do I use break statement over here? Because my target was only finding the 2 related thing, right? I don't need to know what is in 3, what is in 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't need to know. What I need is, once I get my answer, I need to leave this entire code. I need to leave this entire code and move towards the next step. So basically break, what does break does it? It stops the execution of the logic forward, because I got what I wanted. Now I don't need to move forward. So it would stop the forwarding logic, and what we would do, we would move towards the next important step in the code. So if I had over here continue, what does continue does is, continue would ignore only the next condition. Continue would only ignore the next condition. Like I have if for 1, I have if for 2, I have if for 3, I have if for 4. So what happens in the break statement, if I found a break here, I would directly go to the end of the code, for example. But if I added a continue statement, because this is a continue statement, it would just ignore the next part of the code. It would ignore this part of the code, and what it would do, it would start all over again. Continue means that you are not leaving the code. You would keep on executing this, okay? Continue means that you would not leave it. Break means that you would leave that part where you come across it and you would move forward to the next step. Continue means that you would ignore that particular statement and start all over again. So that's the difference. That is why we cannot use continue, because in switch cases we are just finding one case. If I use continue, it would just keep on going again and again. That is not what I want. I just want a particular answer, and once I get it, I need to go out. And because I need to go out, I use the break. So I hope it is clear to you, Krishna. Okay. Okay, we would do, we would quickly finish up with this, MCQs, and then we would move to the code questions, Arya. Okay, so I hope Krishna it is clear with you why it is that, and Pratham, I think there is some glitch, that is why it is not showing. Like I mentioned, very soon an original table would be presented, original leaderboard. So just wait, after some time the technical glitch would be removed, and the proper leaderboard would be visible to all of you very soon. Okay, so let's wait. Other than that, till Monday I think the technical glitch would be resolved. So let's move to the next question. Now the next question over here is, the default parameter passing mechanism is. The default parameter passing mechanism is call by value. Okay, so the correct answer for this is call by value. Submit, and let's move forward to the next question. And the next question over here is, one if statement can have multiple. One if statement can have multiple else if statement. This is an easy question, right? Submit. Let's move forward to the next question. Okay, it is unattempted. Okay. No worries, like I mentioned, very soon it would be resolved, okay? Don't worry, okay? Let's move forward. Now this is the next question. In the next question, it is the program fragment you have given. Let's see this. See, this is, you have a value that is 5, you have a B values that is 2, and you need to print this. Now there could be a confusion, see carefully. See, it is A plus plus, then you have a star, then you have plus plus B, right? This is known as post increment. This is known as pre-increment, okay? Post means later, after you have solved everything else, then you would increase the value. Pre-increment means before solving, you need to increase the value. Post is done in the end, while pre is done before it. So now see, due to pre, this 2 would change to 3, okay? 2 plus 1 would change to 3. So it would be, A would remain 5 itself, right? It is fixed because it is post increment, so it would remain 5. Then I have a star operator, that is the multiply operator. Then I have pre, right? Pre means increase. So now 2 would change to 3, so this would be now 15. So the correct answer for this question is 15, okay? So I hope it is clear to all of you. The correct answer for this is 15. Let's move forward. Okay, let me check. Okay, I think many of you, your quiz score is not visible, and I think this is a technical glitch. Don't worry, I think very soon it would be, revised, so don't worry. I think till Monday, you would be able to, see that you have attempted that. Okay, so no issues. I would put forward with the technical team as well. Maybe there is some glitch going on, okay? So just relax. If you have answered it, if you have saved the questions, answers, then I'm sure that you would get it, okay? So just relax. Okay, let's move forward. No need to worry. If you have answered the question, if you have saved the answer, and then you have submitted the test, I am sure that you would get the score for that, okay? So no need to worry. Now the next is, what is not an arithmetic operator? This is an easy question. This is a relational operator. So obviously this is not an arithmetic operator. So submit this. Next. Okay. Now again, this question is a post increment one. Let's see it. Now I have the value of A equal to 5. Again I have the value of B equal to 2. Now this time it is A plus 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 B. Okay. So what happens? This part is post increment, and this is just normal plus, and then that is B. So this means this would be done after the addition. So due, because it is post increment, so nothing would happen. It would be 5. It would remain 5. Then plus, then B is 2. So 5 plus 2 is 7. So the correct answer for this question is 7. Okay. So let's move forward. The correct answer is 7. Submit and next. Guys, if you have any doubt, you can ask that. Okay. The questions are correct, but the master of the cute question. Okay, no worries. And like I'm saying, there is some technical glitch going on with the quiz questions. I'm sure it would be resolved very soon. Okay, so relax. I would, after this session, I would contact the technical team once to check if there is some glitch going on. But if you have answered them correctly, you have saved them properly, you would get the score. Okay, so you guys can relax in that matter. So let's move forward. What happens if the base condition is not refined in recursion? Okay, What happens if the base condition is not refined in 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute is somebody have a question. Okay, so it should be A. Yeah, 1 minute. What happens if the base condition is not defined in recursion? So basically what happens in recursion is, we go back and back, there is recalling again and again. The calling happens, right? Because of the recursion function, the call keeps on happening till we get the proper answer, right? And due to this, stack is overflowed. Why? I think this is the question from Krishna. What happens in recursion is that, there is, for example, in Python you made a function def, and then this is, there is a call for recursive call. There is recursive call, then there is a main call. Okay, so what happens is recursive calls would keep on making calls again and again. Okay, it would keep on making calls multiple times, n number of times. Okay, recursive calls are made n number of times, and because it is made n number of times, the stack is overflowed from the values. Okay, that is the reason that the stack is overflowed. Why? Because of recursive calls again and again, values are being generated, and once you are storing it in the stack, and this, the calls are end, so it would keep on storing, and after some time the stack would overflow, because stack has a size, right? Like 10 elements it can store, for example 10 elements, 5 elements. So after that storage limit it would overflow. Okay, so that is why the correct answer for this is overflow, and I hope it is clear to you, right? Okay, yes, there would be Biwizard tournament 4.0, but the date is not finalized yet. Okay, so there would be Biwizard tournament 4.0. Okay, the question. Okay, for the 9th question I would check it out. No worries. First let me submit this, and then I would check the 9th question. Submit 9th question. No, it is 7. See, Abhinav, I told you, see, it is happening due to post increment. Okay, see, A++ is post increment, and due to post increment would happen after addition. Okay, so A would remain 5 and B would remain 2, and then due to normal addition it would be 5 plus 2, and 5 plus 2 is 7, so 7 is printed. So A++, see, these two pluses after A is being represented as post increment. It would not cause a compilation error. Okay, this is a question from post increment. Okay, no. Okay, let's move forward. So I hope it is clear to you. Let's move forward. 10th is done. Okay, the next question is, which of these operators can be used to concatenate two or more string objects? It is very easy. It is the plus sign. Let's move forward. Next question is, in a heap with n elements, with the smallest element at the root. Okay, the smallest element is at the root. The 7th smallest element can be found in time O n log n. This is a question from time complexity. This is due to the heap structure, and due to this the answer for this is option number A, that is O n log n. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all of you. Let's move forward. Okay, I think there was some doubt in question number 12, right? So Utkarsh, what answer did you mark? Did you mark A? Because if you have marked answer A, then that is correct. Okay, but if you have marked something else, that might be wrong. Okay, so if you guys have marked option number A, then that is correct. Okay, so 12th should be D. Okay, let me check it out once. In the heap, okay. Okay, I got it. The error in question number 12 for all of you is that this should be D, right? So let me check once what is the answer that is given. So 1 minute, let me check the answer. Okay, in a heap with n elements with the smallest element at the root, the 7th smallest element can be found in time. Okay, see, you guys are saying ON, right? O1. 7 is fixed. 12. It is not asking you, it is saying the 7th smallest element. 7th is not an element, it is saying 7th smallest element. You have a list of elements, right? There may be 10 elements, 12 elements. There is the 7th smallest element and they are telling you what is the time limit in which you can find it. 7th is not an element, it is saying 7th smallest element. 7th is the smallest element. For example, I have 1. 1 is the smallest element, this is at root, okay? Then I have 2, this is the second smallest element. Then I have 3, this is the third smallest element. Then I have 4, that is the fourth smallest element. Then I have 5, that is the fifth smallest element. Then I have 6, that is the sixth smallest element. And then I have 7, they are not saying that 7 is an element, they are saying at the 7th smallest element. 7th smallest element. Maybe at the 7th smallest element is 14, or maybe the 7th smallest element is something else, right? It is not told you what is the 7th smallest element. It is asking you what would be the time complexity to find it, okay? It is not first thing that, I think some of you are confused that, that this is 7 is the element that we are trying to find. You guys are not trying to find 7 as an element. It is saying you need to find the 7th smallest element. You need to find it. They have never specified which is the 7th element, okay? Okay, so VA coded, like I mentioned, you guys have a doubt that, I know even when I checked the leaderboard, there was someone, a college student, Delhi Technical University. So don't worry, like I mentioned in the start, that the leaderboard is not fixed right now. From today till next 10 days, verification process would be done, okay? The calls would be given, video proofs would be asked that, so that only school students are selected, okay? So we would remove the college students or the people who are elder, okay, than school. Those who are working professionals or, those who go to college, we would remove those students or, people. Only the school students would be awarded the reward. That is why I told you, after 10 days, the proper leaderboard would be generated. Right now, the leaderboard is not generated and it is not correct. Once we remove the people who should not get the prize, who are violating the policy of the contest, after that you guys, a proper leaderboard would be visible. And that is why I told you, we take 10 days to, verify everyone. So that the correct and the honest people gets the prize, okay? Okay. Okay, so I don't know, I didn't check GFG, so I think there is a doubt in this question. So I would be marking it for you guys. Question number 12, I am marking it from my end, and I would discuss it with the team that, you guys are facing some issues with this. And if this question is incorrect, then for your benefit, what would happen? This question would be resolved, okay? So don't need to worry. I would put forward your request that many of you are facing issues with question number 12, okay? So if the answer online is coming O1, then we would sort it out, no issues. We would have a discussion with the team. Today is, Saturday, Sunday would be a holiday. So by Monday, I will discuss it with the team and I would resolve your issues. And for more updates, what you can do is in the description, you would find the Discord link for GFG school. So you guys can join Discord to, you can ping me over there that, ma'am, did you ask the doubt? So I would reply it back there, because if I don't have a live session, then I cannot come and talk with you. So maybe you all should join the Discord, GFG's Discord. Over there, I would give you the updates about the queries that you have, okay? And even Sadaf would be there, and some, CRs would be there, and people from GFG would be there who could help you. So make sure that you open the description and join GFG Discord to get the latest updates. And I would be, once I get an answer, what would happen with this question, I would reply back there, okay? So you all can join that. And I am marking question number 12 as an error that you all are facing, okay? So let's move forward for now. Okay, next question. If elements A, B, C, D are placed in a queue and are deleted one at a time, how would they be removed? This is a queue. In queue, we enter elements from this side, so it would be A, B, C, D. And we exit elements from this side, so the output would be A, B, C, D, okay? So input and output, so the correct answer would be option number A. So let me clear the screen. Submit, and let's move forward. Consider an implementation of an unsorted singly linked list. Okay, suppose it has representation with a head pointer only. Given the representation, which of the following operations can be implemented in O one time? Okay, big O one time. So what happens is we only have this. This means that we need to do something at the beginning or at a position that we can easily do it. So basically we can easily do this some operation at the front of the list, right? If we are doing something in front of the linked list, we do not have to traverse the list, right? So that would take big O one time. So option number for this part 1 is correct. Then see, end of the linked list, that means we need to traverse the entire list. So this is wrong. The second part is wrong. Deletion of the front node of the linked list, like I mentioned, you are doing something in the front. You do not need to traverse the list. So that means this would also be completed in big O 1. So option number 3 is correct. Deletion of something at the last node of the linked list, again you need to traverse the list. That would be wrong. So the correct answer is 1 and 3. At the beginning, whatever you do, you would take the time as big O 1. So the correct option for this is option number 2. So I hope this is clear with you. Okay, so guys, like I mentioned, maybe there is some glitch due to which the answers are not being shown. So you can relax. Very soon the technical glitch would be removed. One question. If you guys have not received goodies for Biwizard Tournament 2.0, they are on the way. Some delivery locations are, far away, and the delivery takes some time. Because even I am connected on Discord with many students who post that they have received the goodies. So wait for only 2 days. The goodies are on their way. You would receive it very soon, okay? So they are on their way. Due to delivery locations or some issues, sometimes the delivery team is not able to deliver it on time, okay? But from our end, the goodies are on the way. We have, given it to the delivery partner. They would deliver it very soon. Okay, question number 14. Option number 2 is correct, okay? So if you have marked it, like I think some glitch is going on in quiz section, so no need to worry, this glitch would be resolved. Let's move to the next part. Which of the following is true? Now see, this is like I mentioned, I have answered this in the starting as well. Due to recursive calls, we need to call again and again due to recursion, right? Recursive calls are being made again and again, which makes the stack overflow. In the same manner, the memory is also more because we are, again and again doing recursive call. we are again and again getting some values, and due to this we are using more memory. So option number B is correct for 15. Okay, so I hope this is clear. I think some of you had doubt in 15 as well. So for 15, option number 2 is correct. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, now the next question over here is the number of external nodes in a full binary tree with n internal nodes is. Okay, Devansh, I didn't understand your question. Can you, just explain it? Bajrang, no need to worry. Your doubt would be resolved very soon. And guys, if you have any questions till now, I know that question number 12 is something where you are facing some issue. So no need to worry. I would put forward the request and very soon you would get the response. Okay. So, okay. I think anyone doesn't, okay. No one has a doubt till now, right? If you have any doubt in some question, where you think that the answer should be something else, but it is incorrectly marked, you can tell me. The correct answer is n+1 for this question. Let's move forward. Next question is, what is true about break statement? I already explained the break statement. Whenever a break is encountered, the execution of the loop would be stopped. Wherever the execution of if or loop, whatever is happening, would be stopped and we would be forced to come out. So the correct option for this is option number B. Okay, let's move forward. Question number 18. The balance factor of a node in a binary tree is defined as. The balance factor is defined by height of the left subtree minus the height of the right subtree. Okay. So V minus LBT minus RBT gives you the answer. Let's move forward. Okay, the next question is, which of the following stable sorting algorithms takes the least time when applied to an sorted array? Okay, whenever we apply it to a sorted array which takes the least amount of time, that is merge sort. In merge sort we keep on dividing from middle of the list, and we keep on searching from the element in the left side or the right side. So if the if the list is already sorted, the merge sort would take the least amount of time. Okay, so that's the correct answer. Very soon, like I mentioned, Sneha, the rank table would be uploaded properly within the next 10 days after the verification process is over. Okay, so you need to wait for 10 days for it, so that we can remove college students, or maybe there is some query from your side, right? All those would be resolved, and for that our team needs 10 days, because we verify one person, each and every person, by calling them. That if you are a school student, because this is for school students, we cannot give the prizes to college students or maybe working professionals. The prizes are for school students, so we need to make sure that we are giving it to school students only. Let's move forward. Okay, now the next question, and this is the last question as well. In a nested loop, the outer loop must be terminate before the inner loop. This is false. First the inner loop should be stopped and then we can stop the outer loop. So this is false. So I hope all the questions are clear to all of you. Till now you have told me that you have an error and a doubt in question number 12. So from my end, that question would be raised for you. So I hope this is clear to everyone. And now we would moving to the coding questions. Okay. So let's move forward. Okay. Now see, slowly everything is getting updated, right? So you just need to wait for some time, properly, the proper leaderboard would be generated within the next 10 days. So let's solve first maximum frequency, and after solving maximum frequency, we would solve invalid parenthesis, okay? So first we are solving maximum frequency. See, for the verification process, first thing what would happen is you would receive an email, okay? Email or a call. But firstly, you would receive an email, and in the email they would ask you, to give your details, like what is your name, in which school you study. After that, then, maybe we can call you to verify everything. So first step is that you need to be very attentive for the mails, check the spam folders daily, or you need to make sure that you receive a mail, because the next 10 days, if you are if you scored good, if you are in top 100, so you need to be very careful that if you are receiving a mail or not, okay, because the students would receive the mail in the coming 10 days, okay. So you guys needs to be very careful, okay. Yeah, no worries. Like I mentioned in question number 2 and 14, I would check it out what's the issue that's happening, okay. So guys, you don't need to worry about that. So let's understand this question first. The question is maximum frequency. Okay, so this question we need to understand it. Let me explain it to you. See, the question is basically saying that you are given a string, okay. आपके पास एक string है, and the string can consist of alphabets. It can consist of numbers, okay. You can also have numbers, and you can also have capital alphabets or the lowercase alphabets, okay. You can have both kind of alphabets. Now the question is, for example, you have a string AA, B1, okay. This is the string that you have. Now the question is saying that you have this string, you need to find a character, you need to find a character among this. Now the character need to have two special property. The first special property is that its ASCII value should be the lowest, okay. Its ASCII value should be low. Second property is that its frequency should be the highest. By frequency I means the number of time which it is appearing in the string should be highest. So this is how you need to find the character. These are the 2 pointers which you need to verify before you print the answer, okay. No, Rishi, the correct answer is merge sort for that, okay. Yeah, I know, even I use Python. In daily use, I use Python, but what happens in Python, sometimes you exceed the time limit or the space complexity. So even I use Python, but today I would be telling you the code in C++, because the time and the space would be managed. I understand, but Python is easy, so even I prefer Python, but sometimes it becomes difficult to use it due to time and space complexity. Okay, see, in Python, the other disadvantage which I can tell you is that Python is not very fondly used for stack, queue. The data structural concepts are not very frequently used in Python. Basically the data structures are mostly done in C, C++ and Java. They are not done very much in Python. You can do it, you can implement them, but like I mentioned, it is not very forced in Python. So if you want to do competitive programming, then you need to have a strong hold on data structures, right? So that is one issue that even I face, okay? Okay, you didn't receive a call. See, if you didn't receive a call, you need to check out your email, okay? In the email, you would get the hint about the procedure, okay? So, Abhinav, I would suggest that you check your email. Now, see, what is the procedure for doing this question is, the procedure is very simple. First, you need to take the string, okay? You need to take the string. After taking the string, you need to calculate the frequency of each and every character, okay? So, the first step that I would do is, I would calculate the frequency, okay? I would calculate the frequency of each and every character. Like first I will calculate the frequency of small a, which is 2. Then I would calculate the frequency of capital A, which is again 2. Then I would calculate the frequency of B, which is 1. And then 1, and that is that has the frequency 1 itself. So the first step would be, I would calculate the frequency for each and every character. After calculating the frequency, I know that these two characters have the highest frequency. Then I would take these two, I would take A, okay, first I would take this A, and then I would calculate its ASCII value, okay, I would calculate its ASCII value, and then I would check, does it have the lowest ASCII value? If it has the lowest ASCII value, then this would be the output. But if it doesn't have the lowest sky value in the string, if it doesn't have the sky value which is the lowest, then I would check for the next highest frequency. Does this has the lowest sky value? If this has the lowest sky value, then this would be printed, okay? So first step is calculate the frequency. Second step is check the sky value, okay? Okay, so Ritu, you have a doubt in question number 80. What is your doubt? Okay, no worries Ritu, like you are mentioning, Rishi is also mentioning that you guys have a doubt in question number 18. So I would check it out once and see if question number 18 has a error or not, okay? So if it has an error, like I mentioned, you all, for the best and timely updates, you all should join our Discord server because even I remain active there. So I can clear most of your doubts on the Discord server, okay? So I would recommend all of you to join the GFG School Discord server, okay? Okay, yeah, sure. Like Ritu is mentioning, I would check question number 18, no worries. Now I would check question number 12 and 18 where you guys are facing the doubts, okay, no worries. So like I was mentioning, for this question, first step would be calculating the frequency. After you calculate the frequency, then you need to check the sky value, and whichever character has the lowest sky value, you would print that character, okay. So now let's do this problem. Okay. So see, this is the problem. Till now we have gotten 1221 submissions and only 20% students were able to crack it. So let's see where is the error coming and how to solve it properly, okay? Guys, I am doing it in C++. You can do it any language, whichever you prefer, okay? So see, you guys don't need to worry about the driver code over here and the driver code over here. You need to ignore that. You just need to write your code in this, okay? Let's move forward. Okay, see, first thing is already the input of the string is being taken in the driver code. So make sure that you do not write the code for taking the input because it is happening in the driver code. Okay, so let's start with the code. 1 minute, let me just set it. Okay, now first thing is that I need to check the frequency. So I would make a array. So I am making a array frequency. Now in the array, generally we have to give the size of the array, like how many elements could be entered in the array. So just for now I am taking 123, okay. Then the next thing is that I need to tell that in the array there could be a value that is 0. So I am specifying that. Now because this is C++, I need to add a comma, okay. After this, the next step is I don't need an input for the string which is already happening over here, okay. 1 minute. My screen just froze. 1 minute. See, the input is already happening here. So I don't need to worry about the input, okay. So let's just ignore this and just let me close the driver code. Okay, the next step is I need to check the size. How many elements are there in the, in the string. So I would say int size equal to s dot size, then circular brackets, okay. This is the inbuilt function to calculate the size, the length, how many elements are there, enter. The next thing that I need to do over here is, okay, let me check the comment section if you guys have any doubts. So I don't see any doubt. The next thing that we need to do is, okay, no doubts are there, right? Now I need to do the for loop. Now, 1 minute, at the wrong position. Guys, see, now the next thing that I am doing, I am writing the for loop for checking the frequency. So see this carefully. For loop. In the for loop, I would take a I value which would start from 0. After starting from 0, the next thing that I need to do is I should be less than the size, right? It should be less than the size of the array. It cannot go beyond the array, right? We are traversing the string, right? I cannot go and traverse the string outside, right? If there are 5 elements in the string, that I need to traverse all the 5 elements. I cannot go to the 6th element because it is not present itself. So I need to be careful of the size and I need to increase the string characters one by one to calculate its frequency, okay? So this is the first part. If you guys have any doubt in it, you can write it in the chat. I am checking the chat to see your doubts. Okay, so someone with the name A is saying that his goodies are not, distributed. Like I mentioned, from our end, the goodies are with the delivery partner, and now the delivery partner, it takes time for them, sometimes the location is away, or maybe they are on their way. So very soon, all of you would receive the goodies, because even we get mails that, ma'am, we have received our goodies. So most of the students have received it. Some of your goodies are on the way. But I can be sure of one thing, that the goodies are, given from our side. They are with the delivery companies. They are delivering it, but sometimes it takes time to them also. So just wait for 1 to 2 days. It would be delivered, okay? Okay, now Aryan, your doubt is less than equal to size over here, right? 1 minute. Now see, in an array, right? In an array, like I have an array like this. Okay, I have an array like this. Now the first element in the array, in the array, that is 1, would have the index value. Okay, this would have the index value, that is 0. Okay, then 2 would have the index value 1. This would have the index value 3. If I go according to the index value, according to this, the size is 4, right? Because we have 4 elements in the array. But if I go according to the index values, the last element in the array would have the index position 3. So why I am saying less than size? Because size is 4. Size is 4. But the last index position in the array is 3. So I am checking each and every element in the array according to the position of the index value. That is why I am telling you minus than size, that is minus than 4, that is 3, because 3 is the last index value. Okay. I hope that is clear to you. And Krishna has a doubt how to improve coding skills. For improving coding skills, what I would refer is do practice. Okay, try different questions. What happens is, whenever we come across a question, we try to find the solution first. That is a very wrong practice. Your first thing that you need to do is, you need to try it on. Maybe it would take 5 tries. Maybe even after 5 times you are not able to get it. After 5 times, if you are not able to get it, maybe you can take hints, but never see the entire solution. Keep on trying, okay? And I will tell you from my experience, I was doing a question maybe the other day. It took me 2 hours to solve it. It was a very good question. It took me 2 hours to solve it. And after 2 hours, I just noticed there was a very silly mistake that I was doing in the question. I did just some spacing error in Python. That causes a big error. So my answer was coming 22 when it should come 25. So that was the error, and I was very, focused. For 2 hours, I just sat there and I was solving, and I was doing it again and again to find the error. I was frustrated. When you are frustrated, you try to see the answer. I was going to do that, but then I stopped it. No, I have to solve it on my own. And after 2 hours, when I was able to complete it, I was so happy. I was saying I am very silly because I made the mistake in the code, but I was happy and relieved that I am the person who was able to solve it, okay? So guys, whenever you come across a question which you are not able to solve, first keep on trying. Maybe after 1 hour you would get it, but do it yourself. So one thing for improving coding is, first get strong with the basic concepts. You need to know the basics before trying coding. Once you are strong with coding, start with the basic questions. Don't directly go with the tough questions. Start from easy questions, then medium, then tough. And with tough questions, you also need to do projects, okay? Because when you do projects, you get a better understanding of the language. So these are some tips which was asked. Yeah, okay. Okay, so VA Coder is saying that, it is very question that this was very tough. So that is good, right? You got a good practice today, correct? Maybe you can compete in development competitions now as well. Okay, now let's move forward. This is the for loop that we are writing for calculating the index positions. Next thing that I need to do over here is, now I need to calculate the frequency. 1 minute, frequency. After the frequency, 1 minute. Agnes, there would be another Biwizard tournament. That is correct. That is nice, VA Coder. That's a very good suggestion. I'm sure that we would implement that. And other than that, see, Krishna, you just removed the question. I was trying to read it. But let's quickly solve the question because already it has taken 1 hour to solve the quiz only. Okay, let's quickly do it. Now see frequency. I need to calculate the frequency of each and every element in the array. So array, so S string, I need to go to each and every element of the string to calculate its index. Okay, so calculate its index. After that, if I come across an element, like I come across A and A was already there, then I can increase the value by 1 because that element has frequency 2 then. So that is why plus plus. Okay. Now after that, let's move to the next part. This for loop would make sure that it calculates the frequency of each and every element in the string. Now the next part is that I need to find the element with the lowest sky value, right? So for that, what I need to do is first I would set the maximum value. So I am saying int max char equal to 122. Okay, maximum character. Sometimes I forget to add this semicolon. Okay, next thing is next another for loop would be added. The second for loop is being added for calculating the sky value. So for this, now with this frequency, 1 minute, integer I would be starting from 122. See, I need to search the lowest one, right? So the lowest one, why not I traverse the string from the highest one? Let's start from the highest sky value and then see which one has the lowest one. Okay, so that is why my starting value is 122. After that semicolon I less, then over here 1 minute, I just use this, and it should be greater than less than 48. After this, next I need to decrement. Like I mentioned, I am starting from 122, right? So that means I need to decrement. So I minus minus. After this, I need to start a curly bracket. After the curly bracket, I need to compare the frequency, right? I need to compare the frequency with this maximum character's frequency. See, it should be less than the maximum frequency. Then only that ASCII value has the lowest frequency, right? So now what I would do? I would do this. I would say if the frequency of the max character underscore character max char is less than equal to frequency of I, then I need to do this, enter. Then I am saying the max character is equal to I. The maximum character has that position, and after doing this I need to come over here. I don't need to print anything, right, because the printing code is in the driver end. So I would just return back with the value of max character. Okay, I would just return back with its value. 1 minute, I again forgot the semicolon. Now let's compile and check it. Okay, there is a compilation error from my end. I made a mistake. Frequency was not declared in this scope. Let me check. Maybe I made a spelling mistake or something. Just 1 minute. Frequency, see over here, I didn't add a E over here. Because I didn't add a E over here, there was a spelling mistake. Let's check it now. Okay, there in the I made a mistake. I was not I didn't write int over here. I made silly mistakes. Now compile and run. Let's wait. See, now the compilation is done and my output is coming 0. Now I need to check over here. This was the same input for which it is being tested and my output is coming 0, which is correct. But do not be sure because there is multiple test cases. So what you can do is take this second input, just copy this second input, and after copying this second input, go over here and open this. Enter the second input that you want to try and then expected output. Because you need to be sure at least for 2 of them, right? So now it is coming A over here. Now let me check. It should be A. So now see, my answer is correct. What I did, first I calculated the frequency of each and every character of the string. After I calculated the frequency, I compared the sky value. Now let's compile and run. Sorry, I needed to submit, but I compiled and run. Now let me submit it. Let's see. Okay. See, right now I didn't got 100 points. Why I didn't get 100 points? Because the time is already over, right? The contest was started at 6 o'clock. I am solving the question at 8:30. That is why I got 2 points. But my accuracy is correct, right? I solved it correctly. So I will just check the accuracy. Just ignore the score because I am solving the question 1.5 hours later. So like this, in one attempt, I solved the question. Now let's move to the next question. Okay, there is a question. Yeah, Ritu, 12th class students are also applicable for this contest because see, you are still in 12th, right? So it is applicable. It is applicable for 12th students as well. Next question over here is, what is lexicography? See, lexicography means SKY values, okay? SKY values. They just use that word, but you need to understand it using SKY values, okay? Yes, Ritu. It is, 12 students are also, they can also participate because they are in school itself. Now let's move to the next problem. 1 minute. Let me go to the coding problems. One minute. Okay. Leaderboard. Instructions. 1 minute. Coding problems. And now I need to do the question for invalid parenthesis. Again, 1663 students attempted it. Only 18.93 students were able to clear it. So let's solve it. Now before solving this question, let's understand what is the logic behind this. Now what is invalid and valid parenthesis? Let's check it out. See, there are brackets like this, right? There is an opening bracket, there is a closing bracket, right? So what I mean by invalid parenthesis is that there is a opening or maybe there is a closing, but they are not in a pair. This, if they are in a pair, that means that this is valid. But if this is only present or maybe only this is present, both situations are known as invalid. Okay. Now what they are saying is, they are saying that you are given a code. Okay, that you are given a string. Maybe in a string you have an input like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are given an input like this. See over here, this one has this, right? This one has this. This one has this. Okay, they are valid. This much is valid. Okay. But this one is lonely. This one doesn't have anyone. Because this one doesn't have anyone, this one is known as invalid. Because this thing is invalid, what you need to do is, you do not need to tell that there is invalid or valid. What you need to tell is, you need to return with its index value. So what is the index value? See, this one had the index value 0. This has 1. This has 2. This has 3. This has 4. So what should be the answer be? Answer over here should be 4, because at the 4th position I found a invalid bracket. So that is why the answer for this should be 4. So you needed to give the answer like this. So this is basically the entire question. So how we would do that? We would just check it out. Before that, let me check the comment section for your doubts. 1 minute, let me, my screen just rotated. Just 1 minute, the screen just turned itself. So just give me 1 minute, let me check the questions. Okay. I think there are no doubts till now. If you guys have any doubts, see, till now I know that you guys have problem with question number 12 and 18. So other than that, I don't see any doubt. So let's move forward. Okay. Now see guys, the next thing that how we can do this is, we would follow the stack concept. Okay, we would follow the stack concept. Now how we would do this is, see, we have for example the same thing that we were doing. Now what we would do is, we would come across this. Okay, like first I come across this. This is the opening bracket, so I would push it in a stack. Okay, I would push it in a stack. Now I pushed it in a stack because this is the opening bracket. Again I came across an opening bracket, so it was pushed inside a stack. Then I came across a closing bracket. I came across a closing bracket. When I came across a closing bracket, what I would do is, I would pop the bracket bracket which was opening, so that this could make a pair. So I would make a pair. After making the pair, the next thing is I would again come across a closing bracket. Again I have a opening bracket still there. So again I would make a pair of the two brackets, and after making the pair I would pop it out. Now I would come across this last thing. When I come across this, I see that this thing is lonely. It doesn't have an opening bracket. Why it doesn't have an opening bracket? It doesn't have an opening bracket because the stack is empty. Stack doesn't have a bracket for this, so stack is empty. So because this is lonely, that means this is invalid, and because this is invalid, I would return with its position. Okay, I would return with its position. So this is the concept that we would be applying. Let's quickly solve the question. Right, because I know you guys are also tired after being participating in the contest and doing this. Again we would be doing this code in C++. So let's check it out, guys. Again, you don't need to worry about the driver code. In the driver they are taking the input. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the driver code. We need to write the code over here. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, let me check the comments if you guys have any doubts so that I can answer it. Okay, you guys don't have any doubt, so let's do the code. Okay, I would keep on checking the doubts. Okay, now first thing is I need to make a stack like I told you. So I would make a stack with int. After making the stack, the next thing I would do is I would give it a name, st. Okay, after making an integer stack, I named it st. Next step is int size. I need to calculate the size of the string. So I need to calculate the size of the string. Okay, so I calculated the size of the string. First I made a stack, then I calculated the size of the string. The string input is coming from the driver code, so you don't need to worry about it. Next thing is if s of I is equal, one minute, if s of I, one minute, if s of I is equal to, over here in the double quotes I would, in the single quotes I would enter this bracket. Okay, because we are only checking for the circular brackets, so I would enter the opening of the circular brackets. If this is equal to this, so then what would happen? So then I need to push it in the stack. So then I need to push it in the stack like I discussed. If I come across a opening bracket, I would push it in the stack. So that is what I have written. If I come across a opening bracket, please push it in the stack. After doing this, the next step that I need to do is else if I come across, equal single quotes a closing bracket. Okay, if I come across a closing bracket, then what I would do? If I come across a closing bracket, then if I come across a closing bracket, I need to check if there is a pair in the stack, right? Because if there would be a pair in the stack, then only I can do anything, right? Because if there is no pair, then that is the invalid. So first step is I need to check if there is something in the stack, yes or no. Okay, so the next thing is st.size circular brackets. After this I need to check if it is 0 or not, because if this is 0, that means that is the invalid thing that we were searching for, right? So curly brackets enter. Now if this happens, if the stack is empty, that means this is the position that we were looking for. If the stack is empty, that means this was that position that we were looking for. So that means we would return with this position because this was the position that we were looking for. Else if this is not the position that we were looking for, then what we would do? Else, if this was not the position that we were looking for, let's not just write else. Let's just directly pop it. Then st.pop. Like I mentioned, if that is not if the stack is not empty, that means there is a pair for the closing bracket, there is an opening bracket. So because if there is an opening bracket, make sure that you pop it, make it a pair. Why keeping it? So that is why we would make it a pair. I hope this much is clear to all of you. Now let's come over here, enter. The next thing that we need to do is, let me check if the brackets are correct, if, and then this, and okay. The next thing that we need to check is if st.size equal to 0, if the size of the stack is equal to 0, then what does it mean? It means that there was nothing, all the pairs are made. See, if there is no condition, intersecting, that means that all the pairs are made. So what you would do? Then you would do that you would say that return -1, because this is over here in the question. See, it is written if there was no invalid pairs, that means you need to return with -1. If it was already balanced, then you return with -1. So that is what I have done. If the stack was empty and there is no invalid thing, that means it was entirely valid, balanced. So that is why that if. Okay. Next thing is return. After this return, and this time you would return with st.top. See, if in the stack there is a bracket remaining, maybe there is a bracket that is, opening or a closing bracket. So then you would need to return with that position. So that is why I have written st.top. That is the top value at the stack. Okay. I think I made a mistake with the parenthesis. Just let me check it once. I think this code should be over here. 1 minute. 1 minute. Till then I am checking the, okay, there in function I was not declared in this scope. Okay, there is some mistakes going on. Let me check it out. I was not discovered. Let me check it out. End and SI, and there was an I, that is in line number 15. So line number 15 is over here, and they are saying that there was no I declared over here. So you are checking something wrong. I missed something. 1 minute guys, I missed something. Over here I forgot to add the for loop. 1 minute. There should be a for loop, right? That is my mistake. I forgot to add a for loop. So 1 minute, let me just copy this code, remove this. Let me make the for loop first. Okay. So in the for loop it would be int I equal to 0, because we need to traverse the entire string, right? So I equal to 0. After I is equal to 0, I need to traverse till the size, like we did in the last question, right? We need to traverse the entire size, and I need to plus, right? I need to plus each and every step. Okay. This was the code for this. After this, let me paste this over here. After pasting this, I think there is gonna be a big confusion. Now let me copy this, and over here I need to add it. 1 minute. Let me check it now. 1 minute. I just missed the for loop. I forgot I need to traverse the entire thing. So that is why it made an error. Again, there is an error coming in push. So that is in line number st.push. Why is an error coming over there? st.pop is correct over there. So st is the name of the stack. Stack. Okay. So I declared it as st. After declaring it as st, just 1 minute, then I returned it. 1 minute, let me check it properly guys. Till then I would just first check all the doubts if you guys have any doubts. st, and then I think you guys don't have any doubt because the doubts are not coming. So let me just check the code once. I'm checking the chat as well to see if you guys have any doubts. First I made a int stack, then I have initialized it with int size equal to size. Then I have a for loop for int I equal to 0, that is going till size, and after size I'm plussing it, then curly brackets. If si is equal to the opening bracket, then in the curly bracket I am saying st.push, which is absolutely correct. I think this is due to this. 1 minute, st.push, that is absolutely correct. And after this I am closing the if, right? After this I am closing this because if is closed. After this else if, else if would come over here. Else if si equal to the closing bracket, then I need to do if. Then if st size equal to 0, then I need to return with the value of I, that is the index position. That is absolutely correct. Else if there is no opening, no closing, that means that there is no invalid syntax, then you just need to pop out. That is absolutely correct. After the popping out, you need to close the, what do I need to close? Then you need to close the else if. Yeah, so I have closed the else if. After closing the else if, you need to close the for loop, because the for logic is over here. Then you need to do it for if. Then in the if thing, you need to check if the size is 0. That means initially there was no error. So you have returned -1. After returning -1, you need to close the bracket. And after closing the bracket, you need to return with if there was anything on top of the stack, and then there is a curly bracket in the end. This is the correct code. Let me check it once more. Maybe it was due to that brackets. No matching function for this. Why is it coming? 1 minute. Invalid parenthesis. Error, no matching function call for stack and push. Okay, I would just write it like this. 1 minute. Okay, maybe I need to write it. 1 minute. I think there is some issue. 1 minute. Let me check this code somewhere else. I am just copying the code. I am opening GFG IDE. Let me open it. Let me try this code. And now let me just run it once. Let me check what's the issue. Okay, there string was not declared in this. Yeah, that is because there was that scope. Other than that, there is okay, s is not declared. Okay, so I am missing, see, I am just missed this commas and all. That is why the issue is coming. So 1 minute, let me check where did I miss the commas and all. This causes another issue. Just let me check this. -1. I think absolutely everything is correct. I can do one thing, I can write the code again. But what is the error coming? Let me check it out once. I'm just checking the chat. String @s, then I said stack int st, then I said int size equal to size dot. Okay, 1 minute, I think I made this mistake. Let me check this like this. Length. After length, what I did is I did for int I equal to 0, which is the initial value, then I less than size, which is the size, then I plus plus, then if s of I, that means the index value, then equal to closing, then closed it, then curly brackets st dot push, because I'm pushing something. Okay, I missed this over here. I'm pushing the value of I in the stack. That is the error that I made. I forgot to mention I. Else if si equal to closing, then I need to check if the size is 0. If the size is 0, I need to return with the value of I, and if I'm not, then I need to st dot pop. I think the errors are removed. Let me check it once now. Okay, so see, it has been done, so it is completed. So I think again there is some issue. The answer is coming yes over here. Okay, if the answer is coming 0, then the answer would be yes. There is some mistake in this. st s dot length st dot push, and I'm just checking if st dot I. 1 minute, let me check. Then this, and if I give an input, so just 1 minute, let me go with GFG IDE. Okay, and before this I would just give an input. So s is 1 minute, string, that is s semicolon s cin, that is s semicolon. Now let me run this. I don't know what error is coming with this today. Let me just check it once more. Okay. The string is coming, then the stack is given, then the length, then I pushed it, then the answer is coming yes and no because it is coming 0. Let me check once more. Let me check the comment section for you guys first, if you guys have seen the error that I am facing. 1 minute. Sorry. Okay, let me type it once more from the start. I think let me do it from the start once more. Let's write one by one and let me check it if it works or not. Let's go. Stack, and in the stack I need to mention that this is int. With int I need to close the bracket, 1 minute, and I need to give the name st. After this I am saying int if the size is equal to s dot length circular bracket semicolon enter. After this for, then I need to check int I equal to 0 semicolon, after semicolon I less than size. With size I need to check yeah, I think with the size it should happen size semicolon I plus plus. With this curly brackets, after curly brackets I need to check if it is for if or not. So if s which has I is equal to this bracket, then what would happen? Then I need to start a curly bracket and I need to push it. So st dot push, because st is the stack, st dot push, and inside the push I am pushing the I value semicolon. After this I need to come outside if, and I need to write else if. In else if I need to give the condition si equal to closing bracket. With this I need to come over here and I need to write if. Now over here I need to check if it is invalid, right? So if st dot size is 0, that means if the size of my stack is 0, if it is equal to 0, that means there is nothing left in my stack and this is something that is invalid. So I need to return with its index position semicolon. Now this if is over. After this if I need to come over here, and over here I need to write st dot pop because I need to pop. So after st dot pop, what next thing I need to do is I need to semicolon. Else if, because if the condition is not true, then obviously else if means that you need to make a pair, so I am popping it. After this, the next thing that I need to do is I need to come outside st over here. Then I need to come outside the for loop. After coming outside the for loop, the next thing I need to check is if it was a balanced string. So st dot size, in size circular brackets, equal to 0. After this 0, curly brackets. After curly brackets I need to return with -1 because that is what is written over here, -1 semicolon. After this if I need to return, if nothing is wrong, then I need to return with st dot value from the top, so semicolon. So I hope now it should run. Let me check. Let's wait. Now the output is coming yes itself. So I think there is some issue with this because the code is absolutely correct. It was running, but there is some issue right now in the driver code. No issues. I hope you guys are able to understand what is the logic. Basically the logic is that you need to push something in the stack. that is the opening brackets. You would push the opening brackets in the stack. You have opening brackets in the stack, and whenever you come across a closing bracket, you need to check if there is an opening bracket. If there is an opening bracket in the stack, you make a pair after popping the opening bracket. But if there is no opening bracket, that means the stack is empty. That means you made an error, and because you have made an error, then what do? You need to return that index value, because that is the invalid parenthesis. So like this, you return the incorrect values of the index position. So that is the entire logic. And if it was the balanced string from the start, that means if you didn't make any error, if you hadn't made any error from the start, that means it was a balanced string. That means you needed to return -1. So that is what the logic is, and this is the correct logic. I think there is some issue with the driver code, but no worries, this is the correct logic. If you have written this logic in any language, C, C++ and Python, it should have worked. I think I am making some error, or maybe there is some driver issue. I would just check it out. And guys, if you have any doubts, you can ask it in the chat section. I would be checking it. Other than that, right now what I got to know is that there is some issue with the 12th and 18th question. I would check it out. What you can do is you can join our Discord channel, and by joining our Discord channel, you can ping me over there, or you can ask your doubts over there related to the tournament and any doubts that you have. So we can, we reactively reply back over there. So you guys can ask over there. Those who have any issues, you can come forward and your issues would be resolved. The proper leaderboard would be visible in 10 days after the verification process is over. So you guys don't need to worry. And I know there is some technical glitch going on with question number 2 and 14, whose answers were not submitted. You guys submitted it, but it is not showing. So guys, don't worry, all your problems would be resolved, and I wish all the best to everyone, and I hope all of you win great prizes, and best of luck. And we would meet in the next Biwizard tournament, right? There would be a Biwizard tournament, so 4.0, right? So not now, the date is not sure, but very soon it would be held. And you guys, best of luck to all of you, and your exams are coming, CBSE and ICIC boards. Best of luck for that as well, and thank you so much everyone for joining me today. Thank you guys, and I hope you win a lot of prizes in the Biwizard tournament 3.0. Thank you everyone.